Hey, ¿qué pasó, amigos? Y amigas, I guess, I don't know. Um, Thanks for stopping by again for another episode of this. I'm wearing the exact same clothes because I'm recording this on the exact same night I recorded the last one. I'm just not posting it until the next day because wouldn't really make sense for me to do another video and then post it the same night when I could just post it the next day and then just have like the whole. You don't care about all that. Anyway, um, let's hop right into it. Hotkeys still aren't working because I'm recording this 10 seconds after I just stopped the other one, so I'm having the same issue. So I'm gonna switch to my scene. You're gonna see everything again, and my face is gonna get tiny, and I'm gonna swipe over. So I'm still here on the simple erase sum. Let me go to the next challenge. Go to the next challenge, see what it is, see if I can even solve this. It looks pretty complicated right off the bat. They got a lot of text here. I don't really know where to start. I'm kind of nervous, to be honest. I'm on camera doing this. This is the first time I'm looking at it, so bear with me now, buddy. All right, let's see. This is compare the triplets. Compare the triplets. Is there like I want to know what difficulty this is. Can I go back? Can I exit full screen view? Is this difficult? This is easy. This is easy. I should be able to get this because it's easy, but I'm just learning JavaScript. I'm not a professional with it, so I might not be able to get it. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. Alright. Alice and Bob each created one problem for HackerRank. Each created one problem. A reviewer rates the two challenges, awarding points on a scale from 1 to 100 for three categories: problem clarity, originality, and difficulty. We define the rating for Alice's challenge to be triplet, to be the triplet A equals AO, A1, A2, and the rating for Bob's challenge to be the triplet B. Oh, okay. Your task is to find their comparison points by comparing AO with BO, A1 with B1, A2 with B2. Okay, I see. So whoever has the greater score, that person gets the point. So they just get 1 point. So if Alice is greater, Alice gets a point. If Bob's is greater, Bob gets the point. If they're equal, they get nothing, and you just skip. So what I'm thinking right off the bat, just from reading this, I'm seeing a. So how is the inputs? How do the inputs look? Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. So anyway, first thing as I'm seeing is I'm getting some form of data. Um, whether it's an array with two arrays, whether it's an object with Alice and Bob, I have no idea yet, but getting some form of data, and I'm comparing the two, and I'm saying this looks, I mean, it's plain pseudocode right here. It's if if they're writing it out for me. So I'm just checking if Alice's at that index is greater than Bob's, then I I give a point. So what I'm saying is a for loop that loops through the length of the arrays. I'm assuming that they're going to be the same length. We'll see as we read further, but just right off the bat, assuming that they're going to be the same length, loop through the arrays. I do the check if, else, and then that should get me my answer. But we're going to keep reading and see. Comparison points is the total points a person earned. Given A and B, determine their respective comparison points. For example, A equals 1, 2, 3, B equals 3, 2, 1 for elements 0. Bob is awarded a point because AO is less than BO. I don't know what goes through your mind, but for me, the way that I used to, I would have, when I very first started with JavaScript, the way that I would used to think about this problem is I would think, okay, I have an A and I have a B. I have to loop through A and I have to loop through B, and then check each one. But really, I don't. I honestly, like, I remember thinking stuff like that. I don't know why I would even need to do that. Why would I need to loop through two different arrays that are of equal length when I could just loop one time and just check both of them at each iteration. I guess that's where the time under tension whatever comes in. But anyway, let's keep reading. for elements 1 1, no points are earned. Finally, for elements blah blah blah, okay. So your return array would be 1 to 1 with Alice's score first and Bob's second. Okay, so we're returning an array. 0 being Alice and 1 being Bob. Okay, so that's interesting. Complete the function compare triplets in the editor below. It must return an array of 2 integers, the first being Alice's scores and the second being Bob's. Compare triplets has the following parameters. A, an array of integers representing Alice's challenge rating. B, an array of integers representing Bob's challenge rating. So the function's accepting 2 arrays. The first line contains 3 space separated integers. Okay, so the first line contains 3 space separated integers. So it does have a length of 3. Oh no, look. Constraints. It'll always be 1 to 100. And it's saying that they'll both always be 1 to 100. But it's not really saying that the lengths are going to be equal all the time. I guess so I'm going to write the code as if they're going to be equal. I'm going to assume that they're going to be of equal lengths. And I'm going to run the test, and if I fail some, I'm going to assume that that's the reason. Given that, assuming we're doing a lot of assumptions here, but assuming that I got all the other ones right, and that's the only thing that would be the next thing that I would check. Okay, so describe the respective values in triplet B. Return an array of 2 integers denoting the respective comparison points earned by Alice and Bob. Also, I hope I didn't miss a point in here that said that they'll always be of equal lengths. If it said that in there and you're over here like, dude, it said it right there. Did you not see it? You read it? I may have even read it. I don't know. But anyway. Return an array of 2 integers denoting the respective comparison points earned by Alice and Bob. Sample input 0, 5, 6, 7, 3, 6, 10. Sample output 0, 1, 1. Explanation. Just read all that. We don't really need an explanation. We kind of know what's happening here. Now let's compare each individual score. Yeah, the if, else, sample output explanation. Alright, so let's go ahead and start writing this. Let's see what happens. I know I don't have to mess with any of that stuff. Complete the compare triplets function below. Okay. Alright, so yeah, so there's two arguments here, A and B, or parameters, whatever you call them. Okay, so first thing is I need to. We'll just start off by saying we're just gonna get the length of A. Let len equal a dot length, and then we're going to loop through. We're just gonna create a loop for let I equal 0, I is less than len I plus plus. Alright, so since we're starting at 0, I is less than the length. The length is going to be how many items are in there. So if there's one item, it's going to say 1. We're starting at 0. We're starting from an index base, and we're checking to the length. So it's going to stop on the very last item, because the very last item's index will be the length minus 1. So if we could say I is less than or equal to len minus 1, that'd be the same thing. I plus plus. Alright, let's see. Now what do we want to do? We have our index 0. So now we just have, I think we just have our checks. If, and then can I copy down? Yeah, right there. And then else if, and then else. What in the world is that? Okay. So if what? What did it say? If Alice, so let's leave some notes real quick. A equals Alice. Actually, we don't need to do that. We don't need to know. It doesn't matter what their names are. We just know A and B. So we also need a we need a scores array because we got to keep track of this. I guess we can do like that. Bam! Look at that. It looks like a little face. See the little nose right there? And the eyeball. He's like, whoa, what's going on? You ready to go, bro? Anyway. Alright, so if AI is greater than BI, then you know what? I think I don't even need these brackets. I think I can just say scores O scores O plus 1 plus 1. Can I do that? I don't know. We'll see. BI is greater than AI. Scores 1 plus 1. And then else return or continue. I think it's continue. Let's see. Doesn't tell me anything. I think it's continue. Or is it break? It might be break. I have no idea. I know there's continue, there's a break, return. But I'm in a for loop. What happens if I return? What if I don't do anything? Wouldn't it just go to the next one? Yeah, wouldn't that just go to the next one? Let's see. Let's run the code and see what happens.
We failed.
Oh. Well, I mean, how stupid can you be? You gotta return the scores. Duh. Scores. Just like so. Now let's run the code again. See what happens. See if I can pass. And I did not pass. My output is 0. Why is my output 0? What did I do wrong? I said scores 0 plus 1. Maybe I gotta say scores 0 equals scores 0 plus 1. And then I should really probably mute this stuff if I can, because that will get bad pretty quickly, I think. Did that just open up my settings? I don't know. Anyway, alright, scores 1 equals scores 1 plus 1. I don't know if you can hear my MacBook, but it is on fire. Alright, now let's see what happens. Run code. Okay, so I had to assign them. That's what the problem was. I wasn't assigning anything. So let's submit the code and see what happens. Boom, passed. Test 5, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Yeah! Yeah, buddy, we passed! We passed! I'm excited. Alright, so let's break it down. This wasn't really necessary. I could have went with a dot length. That would have been just as good. I mean, I pretty much just wasted space writing that. Scores, that was necessary. I needed to keep track of the scores. What did we learn? We learned you don't just do the value and run an operation on the value without reassigning it. So I had to say scores 0 equals scores 0 plus 1, and scores 1 equals scores 1 plus 1. And the reason I didn't need an else was because once it got to the end of that for loop, I'm assuming, considering it worked, I'm assuming that it just said, okay, we're at the end, let's start over the next iteration. So I didn't need an else to just say continue or anything like that. And then after the for loop was over, I had to return the scores. So that was pretty easy too. Very, very happy that was easy. I'm absolutely dreading the day that comes where I'm sitting here for hours trying to figure this out. That's gonna suck. it's going to suck for a couple of reasons. It's going to suck because it's going to give me a headache, and it's going to suck because I'm doing it in front of a camera in front of potentially a lot of people. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people, if a lot of people see this, if the YouTube algorithm doesn't suppress my stuff all the way down, um, I'm sure I'm probably going to get some people that's going to be like,
Dude, you're a total idiot, bro. Like, how could you not have solved that in like 0.5 seconds?
and yeah, anyway, so that was, oh no, let's see, my face. That was what was it? I don't even know. Compare the triplets. Compare the triplets on HackerRank. It was fairly simple. I mean, it was labeled as easy, so that's the thing. Um, I'm surprised. I was actually able to get through those first two pretty decently. I mean, it wasn't too bad, and I think as I progress forward, it's going to get harder and harder. Even with the easy ones, I think it's still going to get harder and harder. And there are going to be some that I'm just going to be completely stumped. I feel like there are going to be some that I'm not even going to understand the question, and I'm just going to sit here in silence like this. I may even have to cut the video. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to do any more tonight, so the next time you see me, I should be wearing different clothes. This one even looks like it might be a little, I don't know. Anyway, all right, well, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you want to follow me along this JavaScript journey and HackerRank journey, and eventually I'm going to get to Python. We're going to do that thing. I touched Python a little bit, not very good at it. Python's going to definitely be a lot harder for me than JavaScript is. Um, but yeah, hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, and follow me and see what happens. You might see my beard grow. I just shaved it yesterday, and I look ridiculous, but I look ridiculous with it long too because it looks like just a bunch of pubes on my face and it's disgusting. But it's whatever. Who cares? Um, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later.